What up, what up, what up, what up? What is good? I'm gonna close this window real fast. What's going on, everyone? It's early. I just woke up like an hour ago. Really short walk to WeWork. That's really what I got going on today. My hair looks all crazy. I think I want to wash it. It just feels so great to wash your hair. Good morning. Is that any build up? No, it smells good. I think I want to like redo it. Like, it's a lot of things that I haven't really been paying it that much attention this week. I just been sticking it up. Yo, I moved in San Francisco. I moved. No, I'm not gonna cut it. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking, yo, if I cut my hair, like life would flow. But then also, like, I would wear a hat every day if I cut my hair. Cause I'm like super self-conscious with my looks, you know, and my hair. So since I got like dreads, I'm like chill, you know. But without dreads, like, you wouldn't catch me walking around without a hat on. Or I would just be wearing the helmet like all day. I'd be indoors wearing the helmet, just not taking it off because I don't want to show my hair. Sounds like that neighborhood has a lot of big meat. I really don't know what that means. Miss you only if I knew you were in Morocco. Morocco is fun. Morocco is chill. Morning, everyone. Nothing much. So I moved to this new place in the freaking TL. It's cool. It's pretty interesting. Dude, I do not like the weekends in San Francisco. And it's like the weekend now, and I'm just like, I can't wait till Monday. The reason why I don't like the weekends is because it's just a different pace and it's kind of slow on the weekends. And I'm trying to think, what am I gonna do today? Because I'm probably not gonna work because it's not so busy working. And I don't have anything else to do this weekend. I don't know, maybe I'll just go. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, maybe I should do a freaking subscriber meetup or something. Can you do me a favor? Yeah, what do you want? I'm gonna let some people join the stream out. It's only 3 minutes in. You're super handsome without the hair, Jermaine. Don't get creeped out. I'm a female. Okay, so check this out. Before I had the hair, my self-confidence was much lower than what it is today, right? Since the hair, my self-confidence is definitely much higher. I think I look at myself and I'm like, I feel way more attractive than having short hair. I hated short hair. If you even go try to find a photo of me with short hair, even go try to find a YouTube video with me just showing my hair. I'm telling you, it is very difficult to find. You'll probably find a video of me. I was probably in Bali, like getting in the water, and I wasn't wearing a hat for like that one scene. Like I do not like the way I look without hair. Like, do not like the way I look. Eugene, Oregon, pick you up. Oh my gosh, you got an Arcimoto? Really? That's pretty cool. I'll go with you to freaking Oregon. When are you going? I'll definitely go on a road trip to Oregon. I haven't went to Oregon in a couple years now. I mean, a fun road trip throughout California would be a lot of fun, especially with a YouTube subscriber. Why not? Let's do it, Marty. I'm down. Like, let me know. Like, I got open availability. If you want to do this on the weekend, that would be dope. But I feel you if you can't do it on the weekends. But the weekend would be dope if you did it on the weekend. Because on the weekends, I don't have anything going on here. Like, I always say to myself, I'm gonna try to go do something different, something that I wouldn't normally do. But I notice that whenever I do that, like, I always wish that I didn't do it. So now I'm to the point where I'm just like, forget it. Just don't do shit. Like, you know? I don't know. I'm just kind of like, what am I gonna do today? I just recently shaved my head completely, bought off a razor and start growing again. Dude, I know it would feel really good to shave my hair. Like, I'm definitely not down in that. Are there gonna be any of us brown people in Oregon? There's a few black people in Oregon, but there's not that many. Yeah, I'll totally be down to go. You have to come like through here anyway. You're going to pick up your automotive. That's pretty freaking cool. Dude, Tesla, look, I'm gonna be real. Tesla, when they build this factory, not factory, but when they build this design studio in China, my guess is they're gonna build something very similar to what Akamoto is building. Something that is a whole lot cheaper to operate, something that doesn't require a lot of materials to build, something that instead of paying $20,000 for a car, maybe you could get one of the Akamoto vehicles maybe you can get this new Tesla vehicle that's similar to an Akamoto vehicle for like less than $5,000, you know? What are you eating the road again? I don't know when I'm hitting the road again. I don't know. We should do a freaking live stream going to Oregon. I'd be down. I'd totally be down to do a live stream. $130 maximum charge. Do you still do travel videos? So I haven't traveled in a minute. I may go to Vegas later this year. Not later this year. I may go to Vegas this month. I was looking at flights to go to Vegas, and I was just gonna go to Vegas for like 2 days just to make YouTube videos. So I think I may do that coming up since I'm not going anywhere else. I miss your lady friend videos. What do you mean by lady friend videos? You mean videos with me with girls? That's the thing in San Francisco, like, it is, like, I don't know what it is, but like, I don't have like any friends that are girls, like, that's insane, but I don't have any friends in San Francisco that are women. Like, I can't think of one girl I can like straight up and call right now. Like, I literally have no friends that are women here, which is weird. Like, all my life, all of my friends have been more women than men, but then also I don't really have like a lot of dude friends around here either. I mean, I know skaters, but like, they're not exactly my friends. I mean, I see them all the time, but like, they're not exactly my friends. I haven't talked to Kelsey in ages either. And then, but Kelsey would be under that same category. Like, I know her, like I know of her, but like, I don't really talk to her, you know? I'm originally from Tennessee, Memphis, Memphis. 964 miles a while. Yeah, I am a little sleepy for some reason. Back NYC, didn't like the guy you were with. Oh, some people don't like Alex. Alex is just he's a typical New Yorker, y'all. I don't want to say he's a typical New Yorker, but he's a New Yorker. How you afford living there and travel? I work in SF and see the prices and they are crazy. I mean, I save a lot of money. Like, I've been saving more than 50% of my income. Like, the thing about, I'm gonna keep it real. The thing about San Francisco is, it's a lot of people in the city that make money, bro. It's a lot of people in the city that make money. But it's a lot of people that you wouldn't even look at. You wouldn't even pay any attention because of the job title that they're in. Okay? So if you work in a freaking office building downtown, your ass can make $15 an hour and people will look up to you because you dress up and you work in a big office building. But someone like me who has a lot of freedom and flexibility, like, it's just assumed that like I make no money, you know, just because I like don't dress up and go to work. It is, people just assume like I'm just broke and poor, you know. And okay, let people think that, but at the same time, I'm gonna live the life that a lot of people ain't living. I'm black and want to move to Seattle. I did a lot of research on black stats in the Pacific Northwest. Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I was living in Memphis back in the day, I grew up in Memphis, right? And in Memphis, it's predominantly African American. There's a lot of racial tension in Memphis between black people and white people. Black people hate white people just as much as white people hate black people, all right? And it's very apparent. Not everywhere, but certain places you go, it's very apparent that like there is racial tensions here, okay? When I went to Portland, the first time when I was like 18, I got off the plane in Portland and I like saw black people and I saw white people and I saw like, bro, this ain't the same as Memphis. This ain't the same. So I say that to say this, like, it may not be so bad just because there's not a lot of black people. It may not be so bad. If you watch a lot of black YouTubers on the internet, like especially pro-black YouTube channels, they will tell you do not move to a place where there is majority white people. They will say that. And the reason why they'll say this to black people is because they basically don't want you to move to a place where there's all white people. They want you to live in a place where it's all black people so black people can come together and work together. But how come that doesn't work in the hood? You know? So I find it very difficult to tell people, oh, if you're black, you need to go live in a black area. No, if you're black, go live where you want to live. Go live where you think is best opportunity-wise, you know? Because people would obviously say, don't move to San Francisco. You're black. It's very expensive. Don't live in San Francisco. But, like, I'm so glad I live in San Francisco. I'm so glad I live in San Francisco. This is a freaking amazing city, you know? I mean, it's all about your perspective, you know? It's all about your perspective. Blacks in a white city are way more progressive. So, like, one thing, I'll tell you something else, too. Like, one reason why I really like San Francisco a lot is because there is, like, don't get me wrong, there's, like, racial things going on, but, like, you don't really hear about, or at least I don't really see, like, police messing with black people as much, like you see in other places. I just don't really see it as much, and I'm always on the streets. Like, I'm always on the streets. And majority of the time, when I see someone getting arrested, they are not black. I mean, sometimes they are, but majority of the time, they're not black. Like, they're usually white. Almost all the time, they're white, yo. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, there's a large homeless population, and there's lots of people on the street, and things happen on the street. I don't know, if you believe statistics, you have to, like, look at statistics in a way that is not biased, because statistics can be very biased. And then I'll keep it real too. I would rather live in, I think, I see great benefits of being African American and not living in the African American community. Like, I don't really want to, but like, don't get me wrong, I'm black. I just moved to a predominantly black area in the city. But like, I definitely see great benefits of being black and not living in a black area. And how did this video get going now? There is the stereotype. There is this, here in the South, there is a stereotype that blacks in Texas are not. Yeah, that's very true. But then also, like, one thing, dude, I was gonna make a video talking about this. Like, Because someone asked me, like, Jermaine, on your Facebook profile, it says that you studied coding, like coding, like to code and program, right? So why didn't you do coding? And that's actually a really interesting question. The main reason why I didn't do coding is because back when I was studying coding, a lot of things I started to notice that I say to myself, if I'm gonna work in this field, this is what my life is gonna be like. Okay, if I'm gonna work in coding, if I'm gonna sit on a computer and work coding, this is what my life is gonna be like. Okay, it's gonna be stuck in an office. It's gonna be high stress. It's gonna be very, very technical. Another thing I noticed when I was studying coding, I would go to places and look at people coding, right? I would just check them out. I would observe them. And one thing I quickly noticed, that majority of these people that are doing coding, they do not look happy. They look miserable. They look insane, yo. They look insane. They look like their eyes are about to pop out of their fucking head, yo. And right here at WeWork, there's this coding school. And there's like so many coders downstairs. And dude, they look like zombies, yo. Like, they literally look like zombies. And this was years ago when I'm going to this coding school and I'm thinking, okay, what's the main reason I want to do this job? What's the main reason I want to do this job? Let me tell you guys the main reason why I clicked on that link and wanted to study computer programming. The main reason I wanted to do it. The main reason was money. That was the only reason, was dollars, okay? And I said to myself, if I do this for money, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good. Do I wanna be stuck in an office? Do I wanna have a salary job? I don't like salary positions, by the way. I don't know if you guys know a lot about salaries, but like when you work an hourly wage, you can get something called overtime. But on a salary position, you don't get overtime. Like you work 30 hours this week and then the next week they need you for 70 hours, right? And I'm thinking, this is something I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to do this for the money, yo. I don't want, you're going to be a slave. I don't want to do this for the money. And then look at the people that do this job. Like, they don't look happy. I don't want to be around people like this. I'd rather go down there and work at Chase Bank. I'd rather go work at Chase Bank than fucking write code. Because at least them folks at the bank, at least they smile. You know, at least you actually see their teeth. At least you see you see facial expressions. When these people at WeWork walk around and write code, they are like literally they're not on this planet. Like they are somewhere else. Like there is no facial expression. Like they look like they're miserable, yo. And then what do I see? I see them fools eating rice and beans. Like, yo, I thought you made so much fucking money. Why are you sitting here eating rice and beans? Like I constantly walk in and out of the office. I don't sit in the office all day. No. I stopped that like about a month ago when all them New York people came in here and took over the place with them suits on and shit. I was like, look, I do not want to be sitting around here. Like I will go to the library and hang out and then still come to WeWork. Like why do you even freaking come to WeWork? Because I don't want to be around these people sometimes. But here ain't nobody here. I'm talking all this shit right now. Tenderloin is nasty vegan, go Golden Era vegan restaurant. I went to Golden Era, man, that place is expensive, yo. Like lunch was like $30 or something. I was like, dang. You can work remotely and travel as a developer. Yes. I'm glad that you brought that up. Because when I was in Albania, I met some of the same people that were traveling, and they were like, dude, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Like, this guy that I met an American guy in Albania, and he was a programmer. I'm so glad I didn't do that. This guy had no life, yo. Like, I remember we were like hanging out the night before, and he was just so incredibly rude. It was like, we were like smoking or something, and he like walked up and took the lighter out of this other guy's hand. Like he didn't even ask for the lighter. He just like took it out of his hand. Like I'm thinking, that's so fucking rude. Like, why did you just take it out of his hand? Like, you could have just said, yo, let me see the lighter. And then, like, the next day, after we had out, like, went to sleep, we're hanging out in the kitchen area. And the coder guy comes around, and he does something. I forget what he does, but it was super socially awkward. It was so awkward that, like, I just left the room. Like, I'm just like, that guy's really fucking weird. I'm so glad I didn't study code. I'm sorry. But, and also studying and programming and traveling, that's something that I would not be interested in doing. And the reason why I would not be interested in doing is because I've traveled and also made YouTube videos. And traveling and making YouTube videos is a whole lot less work than traveling and writing code. And traveling and making YouTube videos is not easy. It is not easy, y'all. It is not easy. I would love to see the savage scientist I sub to you. You mean Alex, my homie in New York? I travel in grade papers. Oh, man. Bragging, what do you mean? Jermaine must be atheist. No, I'm not atheist. How did you find your apartment? Craigslist. You guys in the US work so many days a year. In Europe, we get so many more holidays in downtown. Yeah, this is true. But the last year, I didn't really work that much. You know, today, on Saturdays and Sundays, I usually don't work. But the problem with Saturday and Sunday, if I don't work and I don't have anyone to hang out with, what am I gonna do all day in San Francisco? I mean, I can't lay in bed all day. Like, that's something I don't do. Like, I wake up and I'm up at 7 every morning. I never sleep past 9. So it's like, what do I do? Like, I don't have anything to do. I don't have anyone to hang out with. I don't have anywhere to go. So for me, like, it would just be easy to work. The only reason why I'm not so big on working today is because it's not very busy today. If it was busy, like, I wouldn't even be making this live stream. I would just be out grinding, but I've had the app on. I think the app is still on right now with this live stream on and no requests coming in. So. Pete taught me about Lithuania for starters. His travel vlogs are better than French travel shows with 100K views. Yeah, I should definitely do more travel videos. Jermaine, you should support the dramatic island. Oh, island in the house. I enjoy programming to teach each other's futures on. I mean, I'm not knocking programming, but it's just a field that I don't want to do. And I think programming is a little bit more private, more introvert. And it's crazy because I'm an introvert. But I like to share things, right? Like social media wise, and coders don't, they're more private people. So, will you work during the Super Bowl? I mean, Super Bowl's tomorrow, right? I probably will work because, I mean, I don't know of any Super Bowl parties going on in the city. Like, I don't have anything to do. YouTube. Jermaine, isn't YouTube a salary job? No, YouTube's not a salary job. Yes, okay, it's very true. People do take jobs for money. People do take jobs for money. It's bottom line. You know, I really would love to know how many coders in the Bay Area, the only reason why they study code is for the money. I would imagine it's a very large percent of them. It's a very, very large, because it is very expensive to live here. And with coding, they sort of let you know that like, okay, you don't have to know anything, and with 1 year of studying, you can have a job making $100,000 a year. So for a lot of people, they're just like, oh wow, I don't have anything going on. Maybe I'll go to that coding school and I can make $100,000 in a year. But honestly, I don't know. I haven't met anybody that makes $100,000 in a year from coding. I totally know about the GitHub. Like, listen, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's something that something that I wouldn't want to do. Jermaine, are you doing anything interesting today? I don't know. I need to change the brakes on my bike, but I need to wait till the bike shop opens to buy brakes. Bike shop opens at 10. So I'm gonna change the brakes on my bike, and then I'm probably gonna go out and work. And then just wait till tomorrow and then work tomorrow, and then wait till Monday and then work Monday. We should kick it today. You in the city? Come on. Your stocks, Tesla, it's up like 120%. It's insane. Like, Tesla is up so much that I'm not buying any more Tesla because it's too expensive. And it's like the hype is gone for me. Like, the hype with Tesla is like, yeah, it's already over 100%. I'm good. Whatever, like, as long as it doesn't drop, like, just don't sell, just keep it, you know? But I've been buying a lot of Uber lately. Like, Monday, I'm gonna probably buy maybe another $500 worth of Uber. I really want to get about 300 shares of Uber. Do they split Tesla? So Tesla's not gonna split for a while. I would imagine Tesla would probably split when it's over $1,000 a share. Because that's usually how it goes. Like, a lot of the companies, they like to have that really big stock price for a while. Like Google and Amazon, they like to have those big prices for a while, and then over time, when they want more people to invest in the stock, they'll split it. Because with Tesla right now, $6.50 a share. Like, when it was $2.50 a share, it was easy to buy. Like, I could buy a share a day. Like, I could go out and work all day and buy 1 share of Tesla. But $6.50 a share, like, I'm not looking to buy any Tesla right now. And Uber's earnings is next week, the 5th, I believe. Starting salary, 100K is not bad. It's not bad, but also, I don't think that it's so cut out. I don't think it's so simple. Like, I think there's a lot of other things in between that has to happen for you to get that $100,000 a year salary. Like, you would have to be a really good coder, by the way. You'd probably have to be one of the best in your class, okay? And then you would probably have to. That's just not going to be your average person. That's going to be your beyond average person. For example, when you look at someone like me in food delivery and how much money I make versus the average person in food delivery, that's going to be the same. That's going to be the same thing with coding. Okay, they're going to say, yeah, you can make $100,000 a year coding, but what most people probably will get, maybe they'll get a job making $60,000 a year. Okay. But then there will be those coders that are really, really good. They'll probably will get a job making $100,000 a year. And just like when people say like there's been a lot of talk with Uber lately of how Uber they pay their programmers so much, like $172,000 a year. That's not every programmer. Every programmer doesn't make that much. Like, that's just the job title that was advertised that you saw, that was shared on Facebook like hundreds of thousands of times. Like, that's not every programmer, yo. Are you still trading through the Cash App? That's like the biggest one I'm trading with right now. Like, I haven't even put any more money in the other apps because I like the Cash App so much because the Cash App is super simple. The Cash App doesn't show you percentages, which is when I first downloaded the Cash App, I was like, yo, this is kind of messed up that I can't see any percentages. But then at the same time, not seeing percentages is not bad because the reason why I don't want to buy Tesla and other accounts is because I can see the percentage. I can see how much percentage it's up. And if you invest more money, it's going to change that percentage. And with the Cash App, they don't show you the percentages. I don't know if this makes any sense. In San Francisco, 100K standard. Companies like Google pay 180, 100. Yeah. I mean, if you guys are out there, if you want to write code, or you want to be into coding, yeah, in San Francisco, I guess the average is 100,000. Google is 180. I really don't fucking care about coding because I'm not a coder. But if you guys out there want to code, go right ahead and do it. I'm not knocking it. If that's something that you want to do and that's something that you're passionate about, it's a really good deal, okay? It's a really good gig. I'm not knocking it, okay? This could be very good. For example, let's say that you were hired for a coding company, and let's say this coding company, let's say you're hired for a company and you were gonna write code. And let's say this company grew over time and it got bigger and got bigger and got bigger, and you were the 20th person hired for this company. And let's say 5 years from now, this company goes public. Dude, you as a coder that was hired, you're the 20th employee, you're gonna make bank, bro. You're gonna make bank because you helped drive that company. You helped make that company what it is today, you know? So when I sit here and say I don't like coding, I don't like the lifestyle of coding, I don't like the way the people are, I don't like the way that the fashion of the people, I don't like the attitudes of the people, take that with a grain of salt. If you like those people, if you like what they do, go ahead and do that, okay? But this is my video, I'm just giving my opinion. In my opinion, I don't want to be anywhere near some coders, okay? I would rather hang out with some strippers and prostitutes or some fucking bankers down in the financial district versus some coders. Because I hang out with coders like all the time at WeWork and they have no life, yo. Have no life, like, and I'm not saying all of them are that way, but the ones I meet, they are that way, like they are. Let me take that back. The ones that are over the age of like 40 and 50, they're a little bit different because when I was at Google not too long ago, like doing some repairs a couple years ago, I definitely met people over the age of 40 because they were probably like hired from some other company, and they were like normal people. You know, they had normal social skills and wasn't afraid to talk and wasn't afraid to like not look me in the eyes and stuff like that. You know, they wasn't socially awkward people. They're very, you look at them like they look fashionable. Most coders are like I swear they wake up out of bed and they come to WeWork and it's like, motherfucker, like you got house shoes on. It's like you got sweatpants on, yo. Like, and don't get me wrong, I know I wear workout clothes every day, but I actually wake up and get dressed, you know? Like, I don't just roll out of bed and grab my computer and I'm, like, working, like. That's why. And I don't want to talk about coding anymore, okay? Someone just kept talking about coding and how they're a coder and how they're very successful. I did not say you would not be successful. I said I don't want to do it. I don't want to hear shit about coding anymore. Otherwise, I'm going to start blocking y'all because I'm tired of hearing about developers, tired of hearing about coders. Great. They're just, I see those people all the time. They're lame. They're annoying. They're not lame, but they're just like, it's a different culture. Like, it's a different culture. Like, I'm pretty sure coding people don't like people like me. It makes total sense. I got some cereal here I'm going to eat. I've been talking now for 34 minutes and I haven't eaten anything. I think that's why I'm getting aggravated. What are you passionate about? What am I passionate about? I'm passionate about being happy. I'm passionate about freedom. I'm passionate about waking up every day and smiling. That's what I'm passionate about. I do use the Cash App. Do you like McWorker? Who is McWorker? I made a mess. I'm back. Jermaine, go to WeWork for free coffee, for free breakfast and unlimited coffee. There is no free breakfast at WeWork. I'm gonna block you because you've just really been annoying. You're like a coder that's sitting on your computer masturbating, and you're pissed off that I'm not saying awesome things about coding. Like I'm not. Like I'm giving my experience of why I didn't want to do it. And also, WeWork does not have free breakfast. I actually bought this breakfast to eat during this live stream, just for the word. So you should go back to your computer and keep writing your code because it needs to be completed by Monday, okay? Yeah, it needs to be completed by Monday. Everybody wants to know where I'm living at in the deal. I don't tell anybody where I'm living at in the deal. Because them coders gonna come over there and code my ass to death. So, you are a coder, bro. Like, why you say you're not a coder, why are you so, like, defensive about him? I mean, I'm not really saying anything bad about him. A lot of the shit I'm saying is true. Like, if you've been to San Francisco and you see these people, like, it was this girl sitting down there the other day. Like, I don't know, she was probably like 18. Like, honestly, she's probably really young. But when she stood up, she had like 3 pairs of pants on. You know how you see homeless people in the city and they'll have like 2 pairs of pants or three pairs of pants on? This chick had like 3 pairs of pants on, and they're like sleepy pants, you know? And I was thinking, what the fuck she got 3 pairs of pants on, yo? I don't know. Thanks, Marley. Why did you move to the TL? I moved to the TL because I got tired of walking from Market Street. Like, it took me 15 minutes to walk down here. I used to live by the Whole Foods at Market, and the Whole Foods by Market in Church. And it would just take like 15 minutes to walk down here. I'm like, look, I'm tired of walking down. I'm just moved to the TL. If I move to the TL, I can walk here in like 2 minutes or 30 seconds. I live really close. I live so close, like, I live so close. I can literally get home in like 120 seconds from right here where I can be in my bed right now in 120 seconds from where I am right now. That's how close I live. It's pretty cool. Like this morning when I woke up, I was like, damn, I just gotta go across the street. Sorry. It was pretty awesome. What's your next country you're visiting? I don't know. This month, I'm probably going to travel somewhere because whenever I come back to San Francisco, I usually don't hang out with people a lot. I hardly ever get laid, okay? So I was supposed to go out of town on the 30th. I was supposed to go to Asia, right? And up until that time, I'm thinking, great, I'm gonna be traveling. I'll get laid. I'll eat some really, really awesome cheap food. I'll get to hang out with some cool travelers, things that I don't do in San Francisco. Like I don't get to hang out with cool people for the most part. I'm usually by myself all the time. That's why I'm constantly making live stream videos. Okay, that's why when I was in New York, wasn't even putting out videos because I was hanging out with people all the time. Like I was living life, right? And then I get back here and it's like, okay, it's a different pace of life. And then I'm thinking when I travel, everything's gonna be cool because I'm gonna party, I'm gonna have a good time, I'm gonna do this. And then now I'm like, yo, I'm not traveling, so it's like, okay, a couple more months of doing nothing. I'm in San Francisco right now. Who knows, I'll probably go back to New York, man. I'll probably go back to New York later this month. New York or Hawaii. Or Vegas. I'm in the USA. Not New York. Vegas flights are hella cheap though. Round trip, $75. Hawaii would be fun. My homie that I was gonna meet in Thailand is going back to Hawaii next week. So maybe I'll do that. What do you think about Turkey? I think I kind of want to go back to Turkey. Turkey was one of them spots I wish I would have stayed a little bit longer. No joke. It just seems like there's a lot of places in the country that I want to go check out, like a lot of cities and stuff like that. How can I get more US dollars? Work. Hustle. I hope Turkey never joins the EU. I don't know. I don't think they are going to join the EU. Okay, bye-bye. What up? I haven't seen you in a while. It's my homie from the Netherlands. If I go overseas, I want to go to France. France is fun. I've been there like a handful of times, yo. Can you tell us about the coronavirus? I don't really know much about the coronavirus. I don't really know about it. I was looking on Amazon. I was about to get me a gas mask, like one of them big gas masks where like it got the hose and the things right here and it got the mask to cover up your face. I was gonna buy one off Amazon and wear that shit around the city because people would be tripping out, yo. If I walked around with a straight gas mask on my face, like people would be tripping out, yo. They would be like, I know this fool ain't walking around with a gas, like making deliveries, like going to the financial district with a gas mask on. I think it'd be true. Watch out for doo-doo pals when walking. So the worst part is Market Street, yo. Like Market Street above Van Ness. Above Van Ness. When I would walk on that block, oh my gosh, it was so much feces on the street. I don't know if it was human feces or from dogs. Because you gotta think, there are a lot of dogs in the city. And a lot of people don't clean up after their dogs. So when you see crap on the street, sometimes you can tell sometimes you can tell it's from a dog. But sometimes you can tell it's from a human because you'll see like toilet paper right next to it. And it's like, it looks like, this is nasty right here. Is that the making of a viral video? Oh, my sunglasses. Y'all like my sunglasses? They're called No Pets. They're from Finland. That's what they look like. They're pretty cool. Straight out the future. I love them, y'all. Like, I freaking love them. I want to get another pair, actually. Yeah, I want to get a black pair. Cause I want to switch them up, yo. Dude, the glasses get a lot of attention in the city. A lot. Like every day someone's like, yo, I like your glasses. Like every day. Of course I'm rooting for the 49ers. What up, XOXXO Bob? I'm fantastic. How about yourself? Dude, so like I heard New York is having a protest for the subways. I'm down with that protest, yo. I'm down with that protest because the reason why I'm down with that protest is I do not like the cops in subways. Like I think it's messed up, yo. Like, it's a very, very uncomfortable feeling to see police in subway. Okay? Especially New York police. Because when I was in New York, like I was on the subway and I saw these two cops and they were looking at me and bro, they looked incredibly gangster, yo. Like, I was afraid when they looked at me. Like, I was literally afraid. Like, are they just gonna come fuck with me? Because they look like scary. They look gangster, yo. Like I remember like walking away, like after I saw them, because they look that scary. Like, I've never seen cops in San Francisco that look that intimidating. Never seen a cop in San Francisco that looked that intimidating. Like, it was two of them. They look like some gangster punks, bro. Like, I'm down with that protest, yo, because it's scary, dude. And that shit should be free. Like, subway should be free. Why not? I mean, it sounds very democratic to say that the subway should be free. But so many people don't pay for the subway anyway. Like, so many people don't pay for the subway. Like, in Manhattan, yes. You see people paying for the subway because there's a lot of undercover cops, or you may see cops on the other side of the turnstile. But outside of Manhattan, like when I was staying in Brooklyn, every single time when I would go to get on the train, it was always at least one person, if not 3 or 4 people jumping over the turn thing. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, why am I paying? You know, I feel like a fool paying because no one is fucking paying. And it's like that in San Francisco. You go get on the bus, go to Chinatown right now. Go to Chinatown and go get on the bus and go see how many people get on the bus in Chinatown and don't pay for the bus. And I'm not picking on Chinatown. It's everywhere in the city. You can go to the TL, people don't pay for the bus. You can go to 3rd Street, people don't pay for the bus, people don't pay for the train. Like, people just get on, they don't pay. I mean, this shit should be free. People don't pay for it anyway. Like, only people that pay for it is honest people like me. Like, people that are like, look, only reason I'm paying for this shit is because I'm gonna write it off on taxes because I'm using this to make money. Otherwise, why pay for that shit? I mean, majority of the time, I don't pay for the buses here. Like, pay for it for what? No one else pays for it. Like, if I'm gonna go ride the bus up the hill, I'm not gonna pay. Like, fuck it. I know San Francisco is probably watching this, somebody from the city watching this, and you see me all the time, and y'all know I ain't gonna pay, and I'm gonna tell y'all I ain't gonna pay. I'll tell them to their face I ain't gonna pay, because it's stupid, you know? Now, if I gotta jump over a turnstile, I'll pay, you know, but just getting on a bus, chances are I ain't gonna pay for that shit, unless I think it might be somebody up ahead that's gonna check. Brexit won't mess with your travel plans. And think about this, if they made the buses free in some cities, probably this wouldn't work in New York or San Francisco, but in some US cities, if they made the bus free, people may actually take the bus instead of drive. They may actually do that. They may actually say, whoa, if it's free, maybe I can just drive my car to the bus stop and I can just ride the bus. Or I don't even drive at all. You know, I think it's great. I think it's great, but I don't usually ride. I mean, with all these bikes and stuff, like with the bay wheel bikes and the bike I have, like I hardly ever get on Muni anymore. The thing about getting on the buses and trains is like you can catch scabies and you can catch bed bugs on the buses in San Francisco because you gotta think. You see all these homeless people around, they sleep on the street. They don't take showers, and then they go get on the bus. And when they get on the bus, they go sit down on the seat. And when you go sit down on that seat, if something rubbed off on them onto the seat, and it rubbed off on you, and then you go back home and sit on your couch, right? And it's rubbing off on your couch, and if you sit in your bed, oh my gosh. In the city, never ever put your backpack on the bed, never put your jacket on the bed. You put that shit on the floor. Because that's where it belongs. Yeah, homeless be on the bus big time. But then New York always try to make it seem like they ain't got homeless people. And for the most part, I gotta give it to New York. I don't really see homeless people in New York until I get on them damn trains at night. I be like, this is where the homeless people are. They on these trains, yo. Yeah, Brexit gonna mess up everything. But now we all U.S. citizens, we need a visa to go to Europe next year. It's not a visa, but it's like It's some like you sign up and you let them know before you go, and it's good for 2 years. If the subway be free, homeless would sleep in there. That's true. That is very true. That is very true, yo. If the subway was free, homeless would definitely sleep there. I don't think that New York, I'm for sure New York will not make the subway free. No way on hell New York will make it free. Just because they make too much money off of it. And what would be the incentive that they would make it free? But I do like this protest that's going on, how they're taking glue and they're gluing the things together so you can't swipe your card through, and then they're taking the doors and they're chaining the doors open so people can just walk in. So they are not going to do that. It wouldn't surprise, but you know, like most transit systems are not profitable by far. They're not profitable. I don't know if this is true for New York, but a lot of subway systems and a lot of transit systems, they actually make more money from the advertisement than they do the fares. They make more money off of the ads that you see in the trains than they do the people paying to get on the trains. So that's another reason why making it free won't really be that big of a deal. Because if they really wanted to, they can add a lot more ads, you know? Because at least in San Francisco, you don't really see a lot of ads in the subway. Like, you just don't. Like, there's no ads. I think it's because BART is privately owned and the New York system is publicly owned. Also, BART, the Bay Area system, is far more profitable than the New York system. New York system is so far from profitable. But the Bay Area system is like 70% profitable, and that's like the most profitable system in the whole country. And it's 70% profitable, it ain't even 100%. In New York, I don't know where the New York system is, but the New York system is much, much bigger, it's much, much older, and also the New York system has a lot more employees to hire. And employees cost a lot of money. And the New York system is much larger, so it costs way more to maintenance. BART is freaking expensive. BART's very expensive. BART, compared to the system in New York, BART will be much more expensive than the New York system. But also, BART is much, much cleaner, I would say. BART is very noisy. It's loud. I don't know. I really can't say one is better than the other one, you know? I mean, they're freaking trains. SF train system on stock market. I don't know if it's on the stock market, but it is a private company that receives a lot of government funding. That's how it works. But the system in New York is all government. That's why it's so cheap to ride the subway in New York versus riding the BART in the Bay Area. You can get a monthly pass in New York for $128 a month, and you can go Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, okay? San Francisco, for $100 a month, you can only travel in the city of San Francisco. So you can't even go outside the city. If you go outside the city, that's extra, and there's no monthly fee. Like, you just have to pay extra each time. So people in the Bay Area can pay way more. They can pay $500 a month on public transportation versus someone in New York who is paying $128 a month for public transportation. So that's just one thing to throw out there. Don't use your phone on BART, it might get snatched. No joke about that, bro. Staten Island ferry is free, but what I mean by the Staten Island is you can use that same card once you get to Staten Island. You can use that same monthly pass to take a bus over there on Staten Island, or even take the train to Staten Island. Which in the Bay Area, you can't do that. Like, if you took your San Francisco card and went to Oakland, you gotta pay a different price once you get to Oakland. Like, it's not the same price. Like, the buses in San Francisco, I think, are $275, but the buses in Oakland is a different price. I don't know if it's $275, it might be less or more, but it's like a different price, you know? Staten Island is a real chill place, yo. Like, that's why I stayed in Staten Island when I came to New York. Because I'm like, yo, I like it over here. It's kind of like San Francisco is healing. They got nice, clean parks, and it's not packed full of people. I mean, you can go to the park in the middle of the daytime and be in the middle of the park and smoke weed in the park, and you ain't gotta worry about nobody around you, right? You could just be chilling. And then all these people outside with their dogs and shit walking. They got their dogs out running around and stuff. And Manhattan is like that, yo. You see people with their dogs and it's just like everywhere. It's like, yo, why don't you get a real partner instead of a goddamn dog, you know? But most people don't want a real partner because it's so much easier to control a dog because a dog doesn't talk back. You know, you can say whatever and the dog will just go ruff, 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 ruff. Ruff, 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 ruff. But yeah, and like, you know how it is in the city, like, you know, like people be sleeping with them dogs, maybe raping them dogs and shit. I went to one lady's house and she was talking about how she spends $200 a week on dog food. I said to myself, that's more money than what I spend a week, and I'm a human. Like, I can actually do things. I can work. Like, I can do things. That's a dog. A dog ain't gonna do shit except for eat and take a shit. But you know how people are with these dogs, you know? I don't even know what to say. Like, they do love their pets. I mean, I love my bike. But yeah, Staten Island, you ain't gotta worry about that, y'all. And also, Staten Island, you don't see the police everywhere. New York is straight up a police state, yo. Everywhere you go, you see the police. Everywhere you go, you see the police. Like, every single place I look, I see the police. Every block, it's like I see a police. It's like, man, I can't even, I'm afraid to jaywalk around this motherfucker. I might jaywalk and like 5 cops may come up around me. Like that, you know? San Francisco, man, you can sleep in the fucking street, yo. And the police gonna drive right by your ass. Police gonna be like, I hope they don't get hit. Police like, yo, I'm about to go give me some donuts. Like, you see that dude in the street? The hood safer now. So I would say New York is definitely the best city I've been to so far with navigating around the city. Navigating around the city. No other city I've ever been to in the world can beat it because of the whole grade system, the First Ave, Second Ave, Third Ave, and then I'm at 128th. You know, I'm at 76. Oh, meet me at 24th and 3rd. Like, I love that. I love that talk. Like, it's so easy. Like, if you don't know where to go, it's easy to figure out where to go, right? No other city in the world is built like that. I'm pretty sure some cities in China probably are built with the grid system that just makes that makes a lot of sense. That works, you know. Versus, you know how you go to some places and you look at a map and the roads are like this and windy and they go up and down and they just like this. San Francisco is on the grid system. For the most part, it's on the grid system. Love the grid system, y'all. But New York, I would say, is the best city laid out, especially with how the subway system works, how it's laid out. Like, oh, Miami's on the grid. Yeah, Miami is on the grid system. I mean, there are a bunch of cities on the grid systems. LA, for the most part, it's on the grid system. But if you look at a map of LA, it's on a much larger grid system. A lot of West Coast places, Portland, if I'm not mistaken, was on a grid system. Grid system cities were like, they're planned out a little bit better versus, okay, we need to build a road here. Okay, people build houses and there's some buildings over there, so we need to build another road. The grid systems were laid out, okay, we're gonna have the streets like this and we're gonna have the buildings like this and we're gonna have it. I'm digging that, I like that style. Where would you like to travel, Istanbul or San Francisco? I mean, I would rather travel to Istanbul because I know San Francisco and I know the ins and outs. Istanbul was fun. It's fun. Oh, they can change one ways. New York City planning is pretty trash. Oh, okay. Well, I disagree with that statement. I think it's the best I've ever seen in the world. That I've seen in the world. And just because a place is new doesn't mean it's gonna have better way to get around, because Dubai is much newer than New York. It's on a grid system, but it's a I don't know, look at a map of Dubai. It's not the grid system like New York. And it's also not a walkable place at all because of the extreme heat. You ever gonna get on elevators again? I mean, I've already taken like 10 elevators this morning. Okay, so the elevator did scare the hell out of me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It really did. It really scared the hell out of me. And the part that kind of really pissed me off the most was the part that the guy just left me there. That's the part that pissed me off the most. It's like he didn't even come upstairs and like say anything to me, like, hey, his help's coming. Help's on the way. He didn't say anything. He was just so heartless. I think that part hurt me more than being stuck in the elevator, because he was so freaking heartless. He just didn't care. He didn't care anything about me. I could have died in the elevator. He didn't care, yo. And then when they rescued me and I was out of the elevator, he was angry at me. He was mad at me because I called 911 because he didn't do anything to fucking help me get out of the elevator. He was mad at me, yo. Like, I haven't even edited the video because I don't even want to show the guy. He's like an African guy. Like, I don't even want to show him because he pissed me off so much. That pissed me off more than anything, because if he, oh, it was just like, it was almost like he knew it was gonna happen. Like, it was just kind of a shady, dodgy situation. If I ever have a delivery going to that fucking building again, I'm leaving the food outside and just gonna mark delivered. I'm not going to that building again, yo. Yeah, but the thing is, how is he gonna get in trouble? Like, I called 911, not him. He didn't call 911, I did. How is he gonna get in trouble? It's not his fault that the elevator broke down. How is he gonna get in trouble? Like, I get it that maybe he could get in trouble, but I don't give a fuck. I don't wanna be stuck in some elevator, yo. Like, I don't wanna be stuck in some elevator. And what if it was 6 other people in that elevator? This could have been a lot worse. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not tripping. The building is gonna get fined 10,000. I thought it was 1,000. I didn't think it was 10,000. I mean, if it is $10,000, guess what? I'm pretty sure them firefighters appreciate me calling, because they're about to get $10,000 from them folks. I really don't care, bro. Like, I really don't fucking care. Like, if that was any building in the city, I'm calling 911. I'm not pressing no fucking elevator buttons no more. Fire department gonna come. I don't care what building it is. Class A building, piece of shit building, projects, 911. If my phone got service, 911, I'm calling the boys, yo. Like, I ain't finna wait in no elevator to be locked up. Shit. An hour locked up? I gotta pee, I'm hungry, my bike's unlocked downstairs. I don't wanna be here, I'm trying to make some money. Like, I'm out, yo. Y'all crazy, like, Stimulate the economy, y'all. I'm actually, when I get off this stream, I'm gonna call the fire department and ask them, be like, yo, I was like trapped in the building a couple days ago, and I called you guys, and the people were really upset at me. I'm just curious, how much do you guys charge them whenever you come out? I'm just gonna ask them. Or like, I'll probably see a firefighter somewhere on the street, and I'm gonna ask them like, how much do they get charged? Because I don't think it's $10,000. I think $1,000 would be about right. 10,000 would be a lot of money. Like, that would be a lot of money, y'all. Yeah, them elevators better be working when I pull up. I mean, I got T-Mobile, so I mean, T-Mobile and Sprint, it's just hit or miss, you know? I mean, it might work, it might not. How old am I? I'm 33 years old. I'm old as fuck. Old, ugly. Would SF be ready to set up for the Olympics? Random question. No. 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 I'm so sorry. San Francisco could not hold the Olympics. It couldn't. It would be like trying to hold the Olympics in New York. Whenever you hold the Olympics, you have to build more buildings. Actually, you have to build stadiums. You have to build more hotels. San Francisco, maybe we would have enough hotels for the Bay Area and stuff like that. But I definitely that the Giant Stadium, we would need a larger stadium. That stadium, the Giant Stadium is like the largest stadium, the smallest stadium in the U.S. So like, for the Olympic arena, for the Olympics, they're gonna want a bigger stadium, a more flashier stadium. They're gonna want like bigger new things. And San Francisco does not have the space, and the real estate here is far too expensive, like way too expensive. So no, it would not be near the Bay, nowhere near the Bay Area, y'all. No. I mean, this is the tech innovation place. We don't want hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people coming here from all over the world just to compete. No, they can go to LA. LA has more space. The real estate is not cheap, but it's cheaper than San Francisco. I mean, a place, yeah, Olympics would not do good here. It's just like bringing the Olympics to New York City, like bringing the Olympics to Manhattan. Like, where are they gonna build stadiums in Manhattan? Like, there's just nowhere to build them. I mean, unless you start tearing down skyscrapers, but I don't think anybody's gonna stand in line to do that. Big ups, bro. Keep doing. You literally make me want to say your vlog about San Francisco. Much love, yo. LA is dangerous. What's good, Jermaine? What's good? I'd rather live in Canada than the tenderloin. I don't know. I'm not afraid of the tenderloin. People talk mad shit about the TO, but it don't really bother me. Like, when I walk through the TO, nobody even pay me attention. Like, I think people forget that I'm black. So like, when I walk through the TO, like, nobody pays me any attention because they like, yo, that's my brother, you know? But like, maybe if I was like a little white girl with a short dress on at midnight, that would not be the best place to be, or any time of the day in that matter. Yeah, I don't think the fine is $10,000 for the elevator. Way too many scenarios about people with panic attacks or getting stuck in the elevator. Oh, you should definitely visit the U.S. I mean, the U.S. is great. Like, if you listen to Americans, they will tell you that the U.S. is like really fucked up and it's really messed up. And like, Americans talk the most about the U.S. And I disagree with most of that negative stuff about the U.S. because I've been to places that are so much worse. Been to places where like people just don't have rights and people don't have jobs and people don't. So I come back here and I didn't say it was perfect. definitely didn't say it was perfect, but it is far from a shithole country. I mean, maybe certain aspects can be very shithole-ish, but did you watch CBS this morning? No, I didn't. I didn't watch anything this morning. I just rolled out of bed. I want to visit, but financially it would be hard. Yeah, San Francisco would be a very hard place to live financially. But most cities in the U.S. are getting that way. I really don't like the politics of the U.S. too. Politics of the U.S. is a joke. Would you ever get a car? Maybe if I lived outside the city. But I think in a couple of years, I won't buy a car. In a couple of years, I believe Tesla will have driverless cars. So instead of buying a car, I won't have to buy a car. I can just take a car and go all the way to Santa Barbara. That's why I'm not gonna buy a car. Like, this is the future. It's gonna happen. I know a lot of people are very bullish on. I know a lot of people are very bullish on Tesla, but it is gonna happen, yo. Driverless cars are coming. Is it safe to go out at night in San Francisco? I go out all the time in San Francisco. Like, it's usually always people out, like on Market Street. I mean, certain areas may not be the best to go out, but majority of the areas are very safe to go out at night. You know, you see tons of people out at night. Like last night I was on Market Street up until like 11 o'clock, and there was tons of people on Market. And since I moved to this new area in the TL, I find myself being out later in different parts of the city, because when I was living farther up the hill, I would hang out more in the Castro, right? And I would never be down Lower Market because the Castro is much closer to where I live, you know? But then now, I'm like super close to like all the action going on here on Market Street. So like I'm out at like 11 o'clock and I'm like, dang, it's like popping out here at 11. Like, ain't nothing going on, but it sure is a lot of people out, you know? Yeah, it's safe to go out at night, yo. Mississippi does feel like a third world country, bro. It is. What do you think of I Like Marley? Do you remember that Turkish blog? Oh, yeah, you look like Bob Marley. I do remember that Turkish blog. What time is it? Can someone tell me the time in California? What are your social views? What do you mean by social view? Oh, it's 10 a.m. Because I want to go to the weed store soon. I think they open at 10 or 11. Does it have sales on the weekends? Regular price, $50 apes, $25. So I'm gonna go get about 3 or 4 of them junks for the week. What are your social views? What do you mean by social views? Like political? Like, what do you mean social views? Like social, like social blade? Are you planning on going outside the U.S.? No, not for a minute. No, I'm not gonna go outside the U.S. for a minute. I mean, I just don't have any plans, you know? I mean, there's this chick I've been talking to who's in Iceland, but like, I'm not gonna go to Iceland to visit her. What music are you listening to? I like Kodak Black. I like Young Boy Never Broke Again. I like I visited the Chase Center. It's cool. I want to go to the Chase Center. That'd be dope to see like a concert or something there. Dave Matthews. I like Dave Matthews. Super random, right? Oh, yeah, a huge fan of Lil Wayne. I go through phases with Lil Wayne. I would say probably not Chance. I like Chance the Rapper a lot, but I would say Young Boy Never Broke Again is my favorite rapper right now. Like homeboy is hard. Would you go to North Korea? I don't know. I don't know if I go to North Korea. I'm kind of, I don't know. I want to take a break on traveling. I want to take a break on traveling because when I left Macedonia, everything changed. Everything changed when I left Macedonia. Like, I had so much fun in Macedonia. And then when I left Macedonia, it was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. And it was like, I was going from Macedonia to, what was it? Albania. And I was like, I want to go home. And I went from Albania to Montenegro. I'm like, I want to go home. And I went to Montenegro to Croatia. And I'm like, I want to go home. And I went Croatia to freaking the UK, and I was like, I want to go home. And I went to UK, missed my flight, went down to Portugal, I want to go home. And I got back home, and I was like, yes, I'm fucking home. I'm back in the US, yo. And then what do? Like, I stay at home a month, and then after a month, I go to Guatemala City. And I'm like, I really want to go home, and I don't want to go back to South America for like 5 years at least. So, yeah, I just want to go home. Like every single time, everywhere I went, I just want to go home. You must go to Iran. It's cheap and awesome. And Iran's girls are so sexy. Iranian girls are mad sexy, yo. They are. They really are. And they I don't know, it seems like they like American culture. Like, I mean, if you like my culture, like, there's gonna be something that is gonna make me like you back, you know? You know, it's always lame when I meet people and they're like, oh, I don't like the U.S. because the U.S. did this and the U.S. did that and the U.S. did this. And I'm like, well, okay, well, I don't like you because you a U.S. hater. Because you hating because you can't be us. Because we the people and you can't be us. You the people. Don't be hating. I didn't do all that. Like, I didn't drop any bombs on anybody. I didn't do none of that shit. I ain't been to no military. Nope. Not me. I just make YouTube videos. Russian and Ukrainian girls. Ukrainian girls are, everybody talks about Ukrainian girls. I don't know. I kind of like the Macedonian chicks because they have darker hair. Ukrainian girls have more lighter hair. And they have smaller facial features. Like, they have like smaller lips, smaller noses, smaller. A lot of them have like blue eyes. I think blue eyes. Yeah, a lot of them, and they have like smaller noses, smaller lips, blue eyes. I think blue eyes is mad sexy. Because you just don't really see blue eyes so much around here. I mean, it's funny, like I see blue eyes all the time in the city, but only in certain places, only in like, when I go drop off at like some tech company, I'm like, damn, everybody got blue eyes up in here. Or if I go to a financial company, I'm like, damn, everybody got blue eyes up in this bitch, you know? But then if I go like anywhere else in the city, I notice like you never see blue eyes, but like in Eastern Europe, you see blue eyes like everywhere, and it's like, damn. And like, it just sticks out, you know? It's just really, really different. I think in the US, blue eyes is something that people don't talk about because that can be considered like mean or racist or something like that. I don't really know. I don't really care. I'm not saying anything bad about people with blue eyes. I'm just saying like it's just something I noticed, you know? Harry. Oh, Frisco. Let's talk about investment. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about investment. Tesla. Like, I don't even care about Tesla anymore. Like, it's been going up so much that, like, I can't even afford it anymore. It's like, yeah, I got the shares I got, and I can't even buy any more. Great, let's buy Uber. Uber's gonna have a crazy week this week. What do you think about the Phantom mental rise this year? Oh, I don't know. Russian girls are too skinny. Yes, Russian girls are very skinny, but most Eastern European girls are like mad skinny, bro. Like most people in Europe are like, they're not like obese, they're not big. That's an American thing, by the way. Oh no, it's crazy because like I like skinny girls, but then there's something about thick girls that like I found like mad attractive. But like, I think I would rather be with a skinny chick like long term. But like, it's something about I don't know, dude. Thick girls are amazing. I'm sorry to say they are. Like that girl I met, the girl from Slovakia, like, it's like, I'm just so freaking thick, yo. That's the thing about thick girls, yo. I'm not gonna Bitcoin millionaire. I'm not gonna repeat what you said, but that is one thing about thick girls, yo. Over time, they can get thicker. But if you get a skinny chick, they can over time they'll get thick too. So like in 10 years from now, you get that little thick little tenderoni that you was looking at back in the day, you know. But then up until those 10 years, you get to have a lot of fun with them when they're real little and skinny, you know, and then they get bigger and you're like, oh shit, I love you even more, yo. Skinny girls are good for a long time. No joke. But in the Bay, like I'm gonna tell you, like when it comes to dating, this is one thing I noticed. I never talk to a skinny girl. A skinny girl will never talk to me. If a girl wants to talk to me, it's not a thick girl. It's gonna be a big girl. Bottom line, it's gonna be someone that is twice my size. Like, it sounds crazy, but like when I'm on Tinder, that is the only thing I can match with. That is like, yo, let's meet up, let's hang out. If it's a skinny chick, we will be talking for like months and we won't even hang out, right? It's just how it is. But if it's a big girl, it's like, yeah, we should hang out. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I'll do it because I'm gonna keep it real. Big girls can suck good head. Big girls give good head, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it real, like motherfucker. Like that's why you come here, right? They do. They do. Like, so like I found myself like stuck. Like I say big girls, not thick girls. Big girls. Okay, that's a big difference, right? Like I'm down with a thick chick, but a big chick, I can't really. If I have a hard time, if I can't pick you up, I need to be able to pick you up, just in case we are in a situation where you need help and I need to pick you up. But if I can't pick you up, like I'm not man enough for you, basically. Bottom line, like I'm just not man enough. If I can't pick you up, I mean, what if you fall in the street and I need to pick you up? But if I can't pick you up, I can't be your man. That's just how I see it, like for real. Like deep down inside, that's what I think. Okay. Bottom line, you know, let her pick you up. But what if she fall? I'm telling you, when you hang out with I'm telling you, you can't hustle a hustler, bro. You can't hustle a hustler, bro, because a hustler gonna keep hustling, bro. Picking up girls on boosted board. That's another reason why I'm like, fuck the boosted board. Like, fuck skateboarding. Chicks don't like that shit, bro. Chicks don't like it. They don't. Like, they don't. I haven't skateboarded for months. I still ain't met no new chicks around here, so maybe I'll go ride the skateboard again, you know? There's a lot of reasons I stopped riding the skateboard. If I had two motors that was working, I'd probably be riding the skateboard right now, though. Okay, maybe I should go get some motors. Would you mess with a girl over 200 pounds? I don't know. It really depends on what. A big girl like skinny guys all the time. It's very true. Girls in vegan restaurants. Maybe I should do that. But then also, like, I think I've just come to the realization I'm a whack job. Like, for real. Like, I'm a whack job, bottom line. Is the e-bike a moneymaker? Freaking e-bike is an asset, yo. No liability there. It's a complete asset. Would you date a feminist? No, not anymore. My ex-girlfriend was a feminist. No, not anymore. But that's the thing, like, a lot of the girls that I'm attracted to are feminists. There are in that whole movement. And this is why, like, I'm okay with being alone, because I know a lot of the girls that I talk to are very, very progressive. Like, a lot of the girls I meet here, we never relate politically, ever. It's like every single woman around here is a Bernie Sanders supporter. Like they all don't like rich people. They all don't like big houses. They all don't like private jets. They all don't like anything that a broke motherfucker can look up to. They don't like anything a broke motherfucker can look up to, right? So what do you got to look up to, right, in life? Like, you know? Like, who is that chick in New York that says billionaires should not exist? Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not a billionaire myself, okay? But to say that they shouldn't exist, I think that's really bad. I think that's horrible. That's horrible, yo. Like, get that bitch out of office, yo. Get that bitch far out of office, yo. I mean, because if it wasn't, I mean, you gotta think, billionaires spend money and they stimulate economies, yo. If a billionaire is like, look, I ain't gonna spend no money, I'm not gonna start a business, I'm not gonna start new businesses, guess what? All these poor people ain't got shit to do but starve, yo. And this rich person over here with the money still got the money. But if this rich person over here is like, yo, look, I wanna take $5 billion and start a company. And for the next 5 years, this company is gonna lose money. When this company is losing money, who is making money? All the people that are working for this company. Okay? I don't know. I don't really want to talk about politics here. I thought we were talking about women. Oh, yeah, that's another thing, too. Girls definitely love jobs, love money, love cars and shit. But in the city, like, I don't even think people care about cars that much, because cars aren't that popular in San Francisco. Like, LA, of course, you know, people drive all the time in LA, but here, people don't. It's like New York. Like, people don't really drive, so like a car is not a status symbol. I mean, a car is almost like a big piece of dead weight around here, because now you always got to worry about it. So I don't think they really care about cars so much here. Yeah, but like, definitely feminist chicks are like, it's like their argument is just very unclear. Like, you want things to be equal, but do you realize that things won't be equal? You know, it's like, let's change the subject. I don't even want to talk about feminists no more, because it's like it's like literally, it's like kicking a dead horse. Like, the horse is already fucking dead, so you're gonna keep kicking it. Like, it's already dead. Like, you're gonna keep kicking it again, you know? Back. Oh, you're back. I like Yang, but I love Yang, but Yang ain't gonna make it. I'm sorry to say, he ain't gonna make it. Like, that's why you don't hear me rapping Yang. Like, he ain't gonna make it. He just not, because that is not gonna let him. Like, Bernie's gonna beat him on bottom line. So, yeah. I was talking about women. You were talking about cars. I was talking about cars. Are you back? Brexit. What? See, I don't really know much about Brexit. Like, I don't really know much about Brexit. Like, I know that a lot of young people in the UK are very pissed off. How about the women in Macedonia? They're pretty freaking cool. They're pretty freaking cool. Do you miss the UK? So much freaking food in the UK that's freaking amazing. And most people, when they think of the UK, they don't think of food. They think of like fish and chips. It's horrible. But when I think of the UK, I think of amazing vegan food because the UK has like the most vegan food of any big city I've been to. Oh, so you don't like the? A lot of people don't like the EU. Yeah, I don't like the EU either. I mean, I think the EU is very good to benefit America. I mean, honestly, because now you got all these countries, they're all blocked up together, and you got one person making decisions for all these countries. So I think it works great for the US, but I don't think it's so good for Europe. Like, it seems like the UK, the EU screws Europe a lot because once you have a poor country like Poland, and if you're from Poland, like I don't mean to talk crap about your country, but when I say poor country, I'm talking about GDP, okay? And when you take a country like Poland and it joins the EU, and people in Poland make about $500 a month, right? And you have people in the UK that makes like equivalent to like maybe $2,500 or $3,000 a month. And now people in Poland can easily go to the UK with no visa, no nothing. They can go there and stay and work. You know, it's gonna have problems, you know? It's gonna have problems when like, I mean, when more and more countries like join the EU, it's just gonna make more problems. Like more and more, more and more immigrants. Poland is not poor at all. When I said poor, I was talking about GDP. I wasn't talking about resources in the ground. No, Ukraine's got a lot of resources. I mean, Ukraine is not poor. Like I've been to Ukraine and it looks pretty third world, but like there's a lot of money in Ukraine. It ain't all on the street, but it's a lot of money in Ukraine, yo. Yeah, a lot of them countries in Europe so much in debt, yo. Europeans in general are in debt. It's funny how Europeans talk about how Americans are in debt so much, but just traveling in Eastern Europe, people are above. They're like 150% in debt. Okay, if Americans are 100% in debt, they're 150% in debt. You see people walking around with an iPhone 10. Okay, with an iPhone 10, a phone that costs $1,000. Yet in your country, the average person makes $250 a month. How in the fuck can you? Your phone costs 4 times money than you make. Just think about that. Just think about that for a second. Let that sink in for a second. That's insane. That's equivalent to someone in San Francisco who makes $4,000 a month. That's equivalent to them buying a $12,000 cell phone. Like, that's like me buying a $12,000 cell phone. Like, no way in fucking hell I could do that. Like, no way. $12,000 for a cell phone? Insane. But then also Ukraine, like, poor countries, don't Ukraine make aircraft? Don't they make planes and bombs and missiles and stuff like that? Poor countries don't make things that have to do with war. Okay, they don't, because it costs a lot of money. Like when those planes were shot down in whatever country that was, Iran or whatever, Ukraine sent a lot of stuff down there. Like that costs money. Like poor countries don't do that, you know? Like they don't, like, because poor countries don't have the resources to go help their people after they're hurt, you know? I only... You got a dangerous Samsung phone, but it ain't the European. Yeah, but the thing about the euro is worth more than the dollar. But just because the euro is worth more than the dollar, doesn't necessarily make them equal. You can't like look at like, cause you got to think most Europeans don't make a lot of euros. That's what you got to look at. Most Europeans don't make a lot of euros. Like they don't. Okay, they don't. So like when you look at the euro versus the dollar, like look at how much police officers make in London versus how much police officers make in New York. Police officers in New York make a whole lot more money than police officers in London. But yet the pound is worth more than the euro and the dollar. So when you look at the currency, you can't really just say like, oh yeah, Europe is just a better place because it's higher. No. It's not higher because in Germany, you pay for a Coca-Cola and you pay in euros, right? So you pay 150 for a Coca-Cola in Germany, in Munich, okay? Munich is very expensive, right? But then you go to a city like Barcelona, a Coca-Cola doesn't cost you $1.50 euro, it costs you $1 euro. Okay, Amsterdam, Coca-Cola may cost $1.50 euro, but it's the same money. People in Amsterdam make more euros per hour versus someone working in Barcelona. Okay, someone in Barcelona is gonna make even more money per hour versus someone who lives in Portugal. People who live in Portugal don't make a lot of money. They make like $700, $800 a month. Like, yeah, it's not a lot, but don't get me wrong, things are cheaper in Portugal. And also, there are way more dollars in the world than there are euros. Way more dollars in the world. But that, once again, that has nothing to do with the value of the dollar and the euro. Well, it does, but not in the same way that I'm trying to explain in this scenario. Yeah, but the thing about the pound and the euro is they're both falling like crazy, especially the pound. Why do you think I have been going to London so much? I've been going to London because I'm like, yo, London is much cheaper than what it was like 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, it was crazy expensive. Like I wouldn't be in London. But now London is actually cheaper than San Francisco. London is cheaper than San Francisco. Because San Francisco got way more expensive than London. With the pound, it just got cheaper. Like the prices didn't change, it's just the pound changed. As you say in Turkey, people make like $350 a month too. I mean, I think a lot of people in the Western world don't realize that most countries around the world make far less than $1,000 a month. Yeah, most countries. I mean, I can't even think of, well, South Africa, people make like 1,000 a month. That's about the average. In South Africa, you make more money than what you would make in Eastern Europe. But check this out, you know how that picture is painted, Eastern Europe's rich, you know? So the money in South Africa is not backed by gold. There's no money. I don't think there's any currency today that's backed by gold. Any. Because that currency would be insane. Like maybe, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any currency backed by gold. Yeah, so like, it is. The US does print money out of thin air. That's true. And that's not a bad thing, but that doesn't necessarily make the euro a more attractive currency. You know, because the euro is not, it's not used, like the bottom line, the euro is not the international, it's not the world's reserve currency. No, the US money is not backed by gold. The US, the dollar was backed by gold until the Vietnam War. Once the war started, the US spent too much money on the war, so the US took the dollar off of the gold standards. Once the US took the dollar off, once Nixon took the dollar off of the gold standards, the US could just print money. Now, before, people would trust the dollar because the dollar was backed by gold. You could take dollars and go get gold, okay? But after Nixon took us off the gold standards, Nixon went to, I don't know if not Nixon, but the powers of be back then, I don't exactly know the names of people, but they went to oil producing countries and said, look, we will protect you with our military if you only sell oil in dollars. And that's how the dollar became the world reserve currency, because so many countries in the world, whenever they want to buy oil, they have to buy it in US dollars. And that gives the US an advantage because we can sit around and print dollars and everybody is using dollars, so it creates a mad demand for dollars, right? I don't know if Nixon was impeached. I think it's a good thing that they took us off the gold standards. Are you a Trump supporter? So I'm actually China. Yeah, China wants to change that, but I don't think China would be successful because China would want to fall into the same steps that America would follow. And who's to say that America doesn't have more gold than China? Who's to say? Who's to say? No one has seen the inside of those vaults, of the Fort Knox vaults inside the U.S. No one has seen the inside of these vaults for years. So no one knows if there's actual gold inside those vaults. And there's vaults all over America. There's a vault right here on Market Street. The U.S. Mint on Market Street. You know? I mean, is there actually gold in there? Probably not. You know? Probably not. But then also gold is kind of stupid if you think about it, because gold doesn't, if you held gold for 20 years, if you held 1 bar of gold for 20 years, it's kind of useless. It's kind of useless. If you held Apple stock for 20 years, think about how much more Apple stock would be worth. Now, I know people would say, yeah, well, stocks can go down and gold has value. Gold has value. This is true. This is true. But check this out. What are you going to do when your car is out of gas and you're hungry and you got a pocket full of gold bars? You might as well have a pocket full of rocks because the gold ain't gonna be able to help you. So like gold only has value for certain things, you know? Do you ever go to the movies? Maybe I should go to the movies because I'll be going crazy on these live streams. We're definitely not on the gold standards. China is getting very strong. China is getting strong, but I don't know. Do you believe Tesla will drop? I mean, I think Tesla will drop. I don't know how much, but I think it will drop. What are your spiritual beliefs? Do you subscribe to any religion? I mean, I grew up like going to church and stuff like that, but like I don't really go to church anymore. I mean, I went to a church in San Francisco like a couple of years ago, and I was just like, man, I don't even think I want to go to church, bro. It was just, I thought I was like at fucking Twitter or something, you know? Like, I'm like, shit. Maybe it'd be better to go to hell than hang out with all these fucks, you know? I mean, it was like that sounded really messed up what I just said, but basically, I went to this church. Someone was like, yeah, you should check out this church, and like, it looked like it was all tech people there. And I was just like, God damn, I just can't get away from these people around here. Like, yeah, so gold, yeah, I would say, yeah. Okay, so if there was a massive collapse, gold would be the go-to currency. But then, it would be the go-to currency, but if I got a 1 ounce coin of gold, how do I doobie that up? Like, you know, like I'm gonna need slivers, you know what I mean? I'm gonna need like, can I trade this 1 ounce piece of gold and can you give me like 15 pieces of gold that's equivalent to it? Like, we're gonna need some sort of, back in the day, people used to use gold for trade, but then nowadays we use things like Apple Pay for trade because it's just more simple and more easy to trade and communicate with one another. You know what I'm saying here? Yeah, they did have gold in dust bags. That makes more sense. Y'all like the streams. Society collapse, food and water will be more valuable than a piece of gold. Exactly. Yeah, so like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, if you guys are very religious, they do say that there will become a time when you will see money laying in the streets. And if there will be a time where there's money laying in the streets, well, I would imagine gold would be right next to that money, because people would want food and water versus gold and money. I mean, I'm not knocking gold. Once again, I'm not knocking gold. I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy gold. I'm just saying that you must understand that gold is an investment that it doesn't multiply itself like stocks. It doesn't have a dividend. You buy a gold bar for $1,000 today. 10 years from now, it could still be worth $1,000. But in that 10-year period, it could have went up to 2,000. It could have went down a little bit. It could have went back. But then it's roughly at the same price. Gold is something that's really good to hold value. They say years ago, a nice suit would cost an ounce of gold. Today, they say a nice suit costs about an ounce of gold. That's what it goes for. It holds its value. It doesn't necessarily increases in value a lot. But I used to know someone who would. This was a finance teacher. He told us this. He said that he would, whenever the stock market was beginning to show weakness, he would take all of them, and sell them and buy gold. And he said he would buy gold and he would literally have it sitting in a safe deposit box, like gold. And his whole strategy was, when the stock market goes down, usually gold goes up. Because it's kind of going that way now. If you look at the price of Bitcoin, if you look at gold, and if you look at the stock market was down big time yesterday. Not Tesla, but the stock market was down big time today. But then gold and oil and all those commodities were up. So what this professor was telling me is, what he would do is he would sell all of his stock and wait for the market to go down. No, wait. He would sell all of his stock and buy gold, and he would wait till the stock market goes down. And as the stock market continued to go down, the price of gold continues to go up. So then he would wait until he felt, okay, this is a good time to sell the gold. He would sell all of his gold and turn around and buy the stocks back again. And that's actually a pretty insane move, if you think about it. Because you can literally come up off of a recession, with that scenario, and that's using gold. It's kind of confusing to explain, but I don't know. You can wipe your butt with bills too. Yeah, you can in some countries. I'm trying to think, have I ever went to a country and the currency was so little that I wiped my ass with their currency? No, I don't think so. I've never been to a country that cheap. That would just be very disrespectful to the country too. My gosh, that'd be so disrespectful to a country. I'm just thinking, if I was walking down the street and I saw a homeless person taking a shit on the side of the street and they were wiping their ass with $1 bills, that would make me pissed off. I would be like, yo, that's disrespectful right there, yo. You're already shitting on the street, number one. And number two, Zimbabwe would be the currency, right? But I haven't been to Zimbabwe, though. Sell and repay. Oh gosh. You say wash them and spend them, right? Jermaine, you should create videos. Great place to study, great place to retire, great place to live. Accommodations like health. I'm trying to figure these things out. Great places to study would be somewhere in the West. Great places to live long time. Some places in the East. Venezia. I can't even pronounce it. Venezia. I can't pronounce it right now. Venezia. Why can't I pronounce the name of this country? It's pissing me off. Venezuela. Venezuela currency, $1 to 68. Oh gosh. That number is just insane. Like, I'm pretty sure people don't even use money anymore. They probably just use credit cards and EV points on Acorns app. I still use Acorns app, but I'm using the Acorns app for short-term things that I want to buy. So it's not a long-term account. Do you think cryptocurrency will ever take the dollar? I don't know if cryptocurrency will ever take the dollar. I mean, people are still using cryptocurrency to this day. Like, a lot of people never stop using cryptocurrency. It just fell so much that you don't really have new people jumping in and want to do anything, you know? Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this stream because I've been talking now for a minute and I'm ready to get out. I'm like yawning and I'm ready to go outside and I need to go fix the brakes on the bike and all that. So that's what I got going on. But anyway, I love all of y'all. Y'all have fun. Peace out. I'm tired for some reason. Maybe I'll go take a nap because I ain't got nothing to do anyway today anyways. Let's go take a nap. I'm gonna get a YouTube video for y'all or something. I'll do a San Francisco video tomorrow. San Francisco series. If I don't make another video today. But cool. I'm out. Alright, I'll see you guys. Peace out. Next week, I probably will do... I think I'm going to do a meetup next week, next Saturday. Because I don't want to be sitting around here bored all Saturday. So I think I'm going to do a meetup. So I'll keep y'all posted during the week. But I want to do like a sharing economy weekly meetup. For all the people in the Bay Area that work in the sharing economy. And we can get together. We can talk about things. We can have some food. We can chill. We can just hang out for a little bit, you know. But anyway, I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out. Yo, thanks for the super chat, Marley. I'm out.